Hey, it's Kim here and welcome back to the channel. This is the last games I played at PAX video for 2019, or it could be your first if this is the first one you've clicked on. Either way, there are two other videos like this where I ramble about games that I played at PAX. It's exactly what it says in the title. As usual, the links for the games are in the description below, so please check them out for yourself if it's something that you're interested in. But let's talk about some games. Unfamiliar, which sounds like a creepy game but isn't a creepy game, is by Manatee. Unfamiliar is a relaxing game where you play as a cat witch, you know, that's why I played it, where you travel across storybook worlds and collect ingredients to craft new costumes. The devs have set out to make a pick up, put down, relaxing game, so there's no combat, there's no timers. The aim is to have as little stress as possible, and there are always achievable objectives so that you're always working towards something but never something that's out of reach. All of the worlds that you walk through are interestingly illustrated. They all sort of look like pop-up books, or maybe pop-up that way with watercolor coloring. I'm doing a great job describing tonight. It's after work, I'm tired. And all the worlds have sort of, I think it's called lo-fi beats, I don't know, very chill beats. And I did enjoy being in those worlds. It was a nice takeaway moment while I was at PAX. I think the only thing that was a drawback for me was that the cat was kind of on rails. You couldn't explore these endless worlds. It was a designated path that you walked along. I don't know if that's really a detriment to the game at all. I think it's just something for me, especially in this age of open world games, drew attention to the fact that it was there. In the demo at PAX, they'd unlocked a lot of the costume changes, so I made myself a Galaxy Space Witch cat with a mushroom hat and a cool bone necklace, but there's also things like renovating your home and growing ingredients that are also part of the game. I think it does actually succeed in what the devs intended, being that relaxing space to retreat to. Unfortunately for me, I need that kind of experience on my phone because that's something I have readily accessible, and I need moments of calmness when I'm out and about, which is necessary for it to be portable. But that being said, if Unfamiliar is something you're interested in, it is going to be available from 13th of December on PC and Mac. Heavenly Bodies is a physics-based adventure puzzle game by 2 Point Interactive where you play as astronauts. Or I think they call them cosmonauts. I don't actually know what the difference is. And it's just a little weird. I don't know what it is about it that makes it seem weird. It might be the way the astronauts kind of do this to grab things, or it could be the way they kick their little legs. I think there's something in the art style and the lighting, maybe particularly the lighting, that makes it seem a little whimsical. It could be, I don't know, the swimming. It's just very strange in a good way. The game sort of sets you up as being Control, and then it sort of views down into the astronauts, or astronaut if you're playing single player. It can also be co-op. We played co-op, which was fun and interesting because we were very independent co-op players. But each level you're sort of given an objective. I think in the demo we had to fix something outside the space station, and you've got to figure out how to maneuver around the space station or wherever you are in space to complete the objectives and get past any of the obstacles that are in your way. So things like doors that won't open, or having to tether yourself to the space station so when you go out into space you just don't fly off into nothing, which I did because I opened a blast door and then I just got exploded, flung out into space, and I thought, you know what, instead of trying, I'm just going to float away like George Clooney in Gravity. The physics is what makes this game challenging, but it's also such silly fun, and it's such a simple idea too, because it's not that hard in my brain. You grab the thing, or more like this, you grab the thing and then you pull down and you let it go, and that moves you in that direction. But when I'm holding the controller and you're sort of swimming, I don't know, my brain couldn't put it together, and it was just like, I've got it, no I don't, I've got it, no I don't, and I kind of just got stuck in one area, but I enjoyed it the whole time. It wasn't shown in the demo because we did only have about 15 minutes, but there is a kind of overarching story where you're seeing Control and all the different stations, and I think you sort of put together things that have happened from the environment. But really the mechanics and the funness of being a weird astronaut in space with my grabby hands and my kicky feet was what drew me to this game, and honestly I just want to get it because it made me laugh so much. The devs are currently hoping for it to come out in 2021 on PC and Mac. Personally, I'm hoping for a console. Mini Motorways is by Dinosaur Polo Club, and it is a management game? I don't know, maybe simulation game. Is not, you draw roads, there's a thing that you connect it with a road, which sounds really simple and dismissive and a little reductive, but it's really cute and fun, and it's just a thing. You do the you get them there. Honestly, when I saw it, it was straight away a game I recommended to my husband because he loves SimCity and being really efficient and getting things working really well, except it's not like SimCity at all, I guess, unless you just had to draw roads. I think the essence of efficiency is maybe what makes it be like SimCity. If you're someone who likes making things efficient, it might be the kind of game you're interested in. Driveways appear on the map and so do buildings, and you have to draw connecting roads so that the coloured cars turn up at the right coloured buildings, which starts off very simple when it's literally just blue car, blue building, and then gets much more complicated once you've got 5 or 6 different coloured cars and lots of different buildings and you have to get people across town. I'm not very much a planner, I'm very much a reactioner, so all of my maps end up looking a bit higgledy-piggledy and I don't get very far points-wise. But as much as I'm bad at the game, I actually still really enjoy it. I like that you can delete and redraw roads on the fly. You can also hit pause if you kind of want to be able to stop and think while you're doing it. I really like the colours and the minimalist look of the game. The music is really relaxing as well, and it's actually really mindful for me to sort of just watch the cars go, whoop, I'm coming out, I'm there, and then I get my little boop, and then I go back, and then I'm home, and then I turn around and I go back, and I just find that really relaxing. You rack up points as time goes by in game, and as each week counts you get new upgrades that you can choose from, like bridges, motorways and traffic lights, which all are necessary to help maintain efficiency and flow of traffic. And each map continues until you can't get enough cars to a building for long enough, and then it cuts you off and you got to start again. If you're the kind of person who likes being efficient too, it's actually out now on Apple Arcade, coming soon to PC and Mac, and hopefully sometime going to have a Switch port. Luigi's Mansion 3 is by Nintendo. It is the third in the series of the Luigi's Mansions games, where you play as the better Mario brother Luigi and you hunt ghosts. I'm not entirely sure. At the time of playing this game at PAX, I had never actually played a Luigi's Mansion game. I really wanted one when the GameCube came out, and then we got a PlayStation 2 and that doesn't play GameCube discs. But now I can happily say I have actually played some Luigi's Mansion #1 because my husband surprised me for my birthday with the game, and I cried actually when I unwrapped it, and I have started playing it and I really like it, and I'm just so excited to get to Luigi's Mansion 3 now because the first one is so much fun already, and playing the demo for this one had already just made me excited for this series of games. Although the main thing I discovered at PAX is that I am not good at them. I felt like I was sort of getting thrown in the deep end a bit because I'd never played any of them, and it felt like there were a lot of ghost catching mechanics. So you had a flashlight, a plunger, you had to slam them around, there was a vacuum as well. It was just, it felt like a lot, and there was 2 control sticks that I had to use and I couldn't aim for anything. But then the puzzles were great because you had Luigi and he's cool, and then you had Gooigi, which I don't know quite where that comes into things, but it's Luigi but Gooigi. And Gooigi's really cool because he can move through spikes and through gates and things like that Luigi can't because he's actually a human. The only creepy thing is that when Gooigi is active, Luigi does kind of a power down, like, whoop. It's weird, it's a bit creepy. And I really like that aspect of having 2 individual characters that have different attributes to maneuver through the puzzles. It reminded me a little bit, remember Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban, where Harry, Ron, Hermione had 3 different skills that they could use and you had to constantly swap between them? A little like that, but only 2, and both are Luigis. The demo was also set up in a really cool haunted house thing. You got to line up, and then when you walked in it was really dark and they had all individual stations, and it was just kind of a fun experience to take part in something that the game is set in. The story of the game being that Luigi turns up to a haunted mansion, hotel, and proceeds to suck ghosts into vacuums. At the end of the day, I just really want to get this series of game. It looked like a really great installment, and it's actually already out now on Nintendo Switch. Okay, we did it. That's actually all of the games that I played at PAX this year over those 3 days. It was so many. I can't believe I got to play so many. It was great. And I'm really looking forward to next year already. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have enjoyed me rambling about games a bit. I really like talking about them. As I said before, links for the games are going to be in the description below, so please click on them and check them out if it's something you're interested in. And if you'd like to hang out some more, hit subscribe. I put up Let's Plays every Wednesday, and I will see you soon. Bye!